Peace. Gratitude and highest heart love. Welcome to the YouTube live book reading of Animals Speak. Learn the language of the animals by Ted Andrews. The spiritual and magical powers of creatures great and small. Welcome to the Nocturnal Midnight Edition again. Peace, everyone. Welcome. Peace, YouTube. Highest heart love. So we pick up after that magical 7-7 portal. Pull that energy in. And now we go transitional wise. 7-9 edition. Ostrich. Peace, everyone. Welcome. We pick up at page 303 of Animals Speak by the great master Ted Andrews. I'm your moderator and narrator, Uriel Neville Ride. Highest heart love. So, we begin with Rabbit. In this 47th book reading of Animals Speak, page 303. Rabbit, hare. Keynote, fertility and new life. Cycle of power, year round. The rabbit is an animal whose essence and energy is a paradox. It is found in both myth and folklore, and depending upon the society, it was perceived in a variety of ways. In Greek mythology, it was associated with the goddess Hecate. In Egyptian hieroglyphics, Metaneder, it is associated with the concept of being. The ancient Hebrews considered it unclean because it was lascivious, and Deuteronomy 7. Among the Algonquin Indians, the great hare is the animal demiurge. In China, it is one of the 12 astrological signs. It was considered the most fortunate sign, giving those born under it the ability to possess the powers of the moon. Hare individuals are considered sensitive and artistic. The hare is imbued with ambition, finesses, and virtue, along with living on the moon. The rabbit is known for its ability to procreate, its fleetness, its ability to make great leaps and hops. It moves primarily by hops and leaps, and individuals with this totem find that their endeavors do so as well. Welcome, peace everyone, highest heart love. Welcome to the YouTube live book reading. Highest heart love, rabbit, right? Peace savvy, highest heart love. Yes, animal medicine, we're rocking. The rabbit is found mostly in thickets and tall grasses. It is active both day and night, but it is most visible at dawn and dusk. These are times long associated with the fairy realm of life, and because of this, the rabbit is often seen as an animal that can lead one unknowingly into the fairy realm. The most common example of this is found in Lewis Carroll's story of Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, in which Alice follows a white rabbit down a hole into a wondrous world of adventure. Rabbits and mice are the two most common prey animals. I'll read that again. Rabbits and mice are the two most common prey animals. Because of this, nature compensates them with a tremendous fertility. Rabbits can have between 2 and 5 litters of young per year, usually with 3 to 6 per litter. It is because of this that the rabbit has long been a symbol for sexuality and fertility. The mother only feeds the young in the morning and in the evening. She spends the rest of the day away from the nest, feeding herself. This is a protective gesture for the young, so as not to draw attention to them. Yes. Unfortunately, many people come across baby rabbits while the mother is away, and they assume they are abandoned. People then proceed to move the young. Within 1 month and 28 days, the young are able to be out on their own. They can stay in the nest, but they can survive on their own. If a new litter arrives, the mother will kick the old litter out. This 28-day period again reinforces the lunar connection with the rabbit. Usually, if a rabbit totem shows up, you will begin to see a cycle of 28 days beginning to manifest your life. Peace, highest heart love, peace, Casper. Welcome, yes, rabbit medicine. We just started the top of page 304 for those reading along and in the playlist. Animal Speak, the great dictionary of animal totems. We're at page 304. The two most common rabbits are the cottontail and the jackrabbit. The ears of the cottontail are shorter than the jackrabbit, and its coat stays the same all year round. The fur of the jackrabbit will lighten or even turn white in the winter. Both animals can leap and hop. Those with rabbit totems will see movement occur in their life in varying degrees of leaps and hops. It won't be steady step by step movement. The leaps and hops do not usually take more than the cycle of one moon, 28 days, to occur. Although some associate fear with rabbit, it has a wonderful abilities for defense. Those with this totem would do well to apply them to their own life. Rabbits often create forms to use for hiding and resting. To create a form, the rabbit scratches a shallow bowl into the earth or grass that is open in front and in back to enable it to escape if necessary. Rabbit people should plan for possibilities. If a rabbit has shown up, it may indicate a need to do some more planning or check those you have already set in motion. You do not want to box yourself into a corner. Rabbits have a knack for avoiding being seen. They can freeze, holding perfectly still. They know that movement can be detected from great distances by many predators. If you are involved in competition, in work, or in play, it will be important not to foreshadow your moves. Yes. Rabbits are also clever at doubling back, making quick and rapid turns. If they need to flee, they can be extremely fast. Learning to shift from freezing to great speed is something all with this totem should learn. It will aid your success and enable you to take advantage of opportunities that may only present themselves for brief moments. Rabbits are vegetarians. Those with this totem may need to examine the kinds of food being consumed for the greatest health and healing. A vegetarian diet, even if only temporary, will strengthen and heal. Rabbit can show you how to recognize the signs around you. It can help you to attune to the lunar cycle and recognize the tides of movement within your life. This, in turn, will enable you to become even more fertile in your life. Rabbit, thank you so much for the likes and subs. Peace, everyone. Yes, we're in the nocturnal midnight edition of Animal Speak by Ted Andrews. The spiritual and magical powers of creatures, great and small. I'm your moderator and narrator, Uriel Riley. Thank you so much. We're now at the bottom of page 304. Moving on. Raccoon. Who has a raccoon totem? That's right. Put your totem in the chat. There we go. Awesome. Raccoon. Keynote. Dexterity and disguise. Cycle of power. Spring and summer. Nocturnal. Raccoons are fascinating animals. They are distantly related to the bear, and thus it should be studied as well by anyone with this totem. The raccoon is one of the most adaptable animals, and in spite of encroachment on its natural habitat, it is even able to live within the city. The name raccoon is believed by some to come from the Algonquin Indian word arcanum, arcanum, meaning hand scratcher. The paws are very dexterous. Raccoons can be expert at opening lids, latches, doorknobs, and such. Because of they often have the reputation for thievery, of being able to get into things they are not supposed to. It would not be surprising to find that individuals who are thieves and burglars have raccoon medicine, even though it is not being used positively. Raccoons are fascinated by water. They like to slosh their hands and their food in it. This has given rise to the belief that they never eat anything without washing it first. Actually, water increases the sensitivity of the raccoon's hands and they can feel their food better. The raccoon will eat almost anything available. It will capture small prey, but it usually eats mostly vegetables and fruit. This is something that those with this totem should also keep in mind. Raccoons are extremely curious, which is partly why they often get into things they shouldn't. They love to explore. Their nocturnal excursions can be likened to mini adventures. They can be very curious about new realms and will examine anything that fascinates them. One of the most striking features of the raccoon is the mask that it wears. Although some associate this with thievery, it actually gives the raccoon a very powerful mystical symbolism. The use of masks to achieve altered states and for other healing and ritual purposes has been a part of every society. Mask making is ancient art employed all over the world for ceremony, celebration, and in magical practices. Concealed behind a mask, people could become something or someone else. We can become whatever we want by wearing masks. Masks are invested with mystery. They are tools for transformation. They are the hidden aspect. The secrecy helps promote the transformation. It helps us to change what we are to what we want to be, giving us magic. Just as there is with the raccoon with mask, there is ambiguity and equivocation. When we wear a mask, we are no longer who we thought. We make ourselves one with some other force. We create a doorway in the mind and in the physical world, a threshold that we can cross into new dimensions and new beginnings, a new beingness. This is good. This is the magic of Raccoon. It is an expert at disguise and secrecy. It knows how to wear masks for a variety of purposes. It can teach you how to mask and disguise and transform yourself. Each must develop the relationship with the raccoon in their own unique way, but raccoon medicine can teach you how to become dexterous and in the mask you wear. It can show you how to wear a healing mask or show you how to face you shall become. The raccoon holds the knowledge of how to change our faces. Whenever I take trips to teach classes and workshops, I look for animals that may appear to determine the kind of energies associated with the upcoming session. The first time I taught a class on mask making, I saw no animals other than those I normally see on trips. I was kind of surprised because usually with new classes, some new animals show up. The class went well, and as I pulled away in my car, the headlights flashed off the eyes of an animal. I slowed, thinking a cat or dog was stepping out onto the road. As I drove closer, I saw a raccoon sitting on the edge of the street, its masked eyes fixed solidly upon me. I drove slowly forward and stopped alongside it. It didn't move, it simply stared at me. Goosebumps appeared as I nodded to it and thanked it for helping me with the class. It never occurred to me before that the raccoon would show up to add its energy to the mask making class. Every time since then, I always encounter raccoons either going to or coming from the class on mask making. I have honored the raccoon for its help. Raccoon holds the knowledge of transformation through mask and disguise. This knowledge can be applied to religious and ritual practices or within normal everyday life. Do you need to present a different face to people for greater success? Are you hiding your true self? Are others hiding their true self? Raccoon can help you find the answer. Raccoons do not hibernate, but they do go into a heavy sleep during the winter, living off their body fat. This has connections to learning to use masks to put to sleep one aspect of yourself so that another can be awakened. This is also part of what the raccoon medicine can teach. It will help you to develop dexterity in using masks to achieve new altered states and dimensions. Raccoons are very courageous and they can be quite ferocious. Litters of raccoons are brought into the Bruckner Nature Center every spring and early summer. Working and handling them has taught me a great respect for their ferocity, even when young. When they get older, they can become very surly. In the wild, raccoons are deceptive and agile. They are experts at self defense. Raccoons enjoy hollow logs, especially for their dens. They will have 1 to 2 litters per year, usually with 2 to 7 young. At about 70 weeks, at about 20 weeks, a raccoon can live on its own, but they are very sociable. And where you find one raccoon, you will usually find another. They also live longer than most animals in the wild, around 10 years. If a raccoon has shown up, you may see its influence for an extended time. If you are trying to make changes or endeavoring on to hide changes you are making from others until you are in a better position, plan on using about a 20-week cycle. You will find it more effective for longer and greater life transformations and such. When raccoon shows up, you may want to make longer plans. Bottom of 306, raccoon medicine. Yes. Oh, light energy. Peace, peace. Oh, peace upon you. Thank you so much. Peace, Aubrey. Highest heart love. And Aaron. Peace. Thank you. Keep going. Don't let anything stop you. Oh man, thank you so much. Aaron Judge, highest heart love. Oh, peace. That is a beautiful message. Y'all are so honorable in the chat. I love this part of YouTube where we read books, learn from masters, and be in peace. This part of YouTube where you can actually just breathe and no worries, know someone over here is reading to you and rooting for you. That's what light workers do, right? We shine our light on the world. And so we all have to play our parts. So part of dexterity is using both hands. Lesson of the raccoon, right? Not just doing something one way all the time, but learning many and different and alternate ways to do things, right? We do this with healing ourselves. So learning this is very key, as well as dexterity. When you do stuff with your left side, say, right, you're using the right side of your brain. Yes. And when you do things with your right side, you are using the left side of your brain. So it's always beneficial to build dexterity. One way you can do this is start off with something very basic that you do daily, as in like brushing your teeth. Use your dominant hand with all the time. Switch up. Use the other hand. And this creates dexterity. Ding! Gems. Peace, everyone. Highest heart love. Thank you so much. Welcome. We are almost at the full moon, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. The buck moon. Speaking of that, next on Animal Speak. Learn the language of the animals, the spiritual and magical powers of creatures great and small by Master Ted Andrews, 307 at the top. Rams. Who has Rams totem? Oh my goodness! And I'm in LA. LA Rams. The champions. Look, this is from the Super Bowl. This hat. And they won the championship. All right. 307. Whose house? Ram's house. Bighorn. Sheep. Yes. Keynote. Seeking new beginnings. Cycle of power. Late fall and early winter. The ram has long been a symbol in many societies. For many, it was a symbol of sacrifice. It was killed in ritualistic traditions for a variety of purposes. This is found often in biblical lore. Moses initiated Passover with the sacrifice of the lamb. It also symbolized the quest for great rewards, as is seen in the Greek heroic tale of Jason and the quest for the golden fleece. It is also a symbol of great force and power. Battering were used in many societies to knock down doors and gates of enemies. If the ram has shown up in your life, prepare to seek out new beginnings in some area of your life. The ram is the symbol for the astrological sign of Aries, the first month of the astrological year. It falls in the spring, a time of new beginnings. The ram tells us to assert ourselves in new areas. In Chinese astrology, the goat and the sheep, ram, are often interchanged, representing one of the 12 months of the year. It is a sign associated with sensitivity and perseverance. They are somewhat stoic, never coming out and speaking their minds directly, and they can also have a tendency toward impracticality in the Chinese tradition. In real life, rams embody many of the characteristics associated with them in mythology and lore. Their power and strength is often depicted in nature films where they are seen butting heads in duels of strength. Rams and ewes of the bighorn sheep family live above the timberline. They eat tender grasses and the flowers of certain herbs. Throughout the spring and summer, they build up layers of fat and a thick coat, which enables them to survive the winters. The horns are a predominant feature of the ram. In individuals with this totem, they stimulate great mental activity. There is a curiosity and an active imagination that must be constantly fueled and that gets stronger with each passing year. Just as the horns of the ram grow larger with each passing year. The horns of the ram are weapons. A form of defense and a status symbol. They grow throughout the life of the animal, eventually forming a full curl or spiral. The spiral is a symbol of great creativity. And because it is associated with the head in the case of the ram, it has even more significance. For those with this totem, there will occur a new stimulation of mental faculties, imagination, and inspiration, along with the energy to act upon it. Young rams often play a form of king of the mountain, testing strength and new positions. This is most evident in the autumn, when the pecking order becomes more focused. There begin challenges for the right to mate with the ewes. The rams spin, lunge through the air, and heads crash, horns knocking together. This continues until one admits defeat. For those with this totem, autumn may bring a time for you to assert your strength and move to new challenges. A ram can live about 14 years of age, but the life expectancy decreases with the size of the horns. The larger the horns, the more frequent the duels. The rings on the horn actually mark the age of the ram. Bighorn sheep, like mountain goats, have toes that pinch. The hooves are covered with an elastic material that helps absorb the shocks and aid the grip. The joints of the sheep act as miniature shock absorbers when they make their great leaps down. The bighorn sheep only need a 2-inch space to get a foothold. Supreme balance. This is very important for those with this totem. It is a reminder that the openings for new beginnings may be small, but if acted upon, they can be secured. Those with this totem must learn to trust in their ability to land safely on their feet as they make new moves and new beginnings. If the ram has come into your life, do some examination, but don't take too long with it. It is usually an indication of a time to make some new beginnings, to initiate new endeavors, rather than just think about it. Are you taking advantage of opportunities that are presenting themselves? Are you staying balanced as you make new leaps and climbs? Are you initiating things appropriately? Are you acting on your ideas or just talking about them? When the ram shows up, it will teach you to bring forth the powers of the mind and imagination and to use them to seek new heights and new adventures. Thank you. Woo! The ram. Beautiful, beautiful insight. Wow. Peace, peace, everyone. Ram energy. Right? Yes. Oh, man. Waking that up. That ram energy. Who has a ram as a totem, right? Magical. Wow. Taking advantage of just a 2-inch space, right? Taking advantage. That opening is there. We can do it. That's why I'm here, right? To tell you you can do it. I know you can. That's why I read these books, especially starting off that first book, right? On if you scroll down and see that first playlist, it was to show you you can do anything. It just takes a little bit of time, little by little. That's how we read these books. Look at this. We're at page 308 now, guys and gals, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing it. Yes. We're so powerful. We are so powerful together, right? All right, let's continue on. Page 308, down at the middle bottom. Look at this one, guys, gals. Look at this. Ooh, this is a big totem right here because a A lot of totems eat it, right? We know about this. Rat. Rat. Medicine. Keynote. Success. Zoltar. Yes! We're doing it. We can do it again. We can do it again. Midnight edition, nocturnal. Thank you so much for the likes and subs, guys. Nice heart love. We're pushing the 500. Rat keynote. Success, restlessness, and shrewdness. Yes, nocturnal knowledge, Zoltar. That's right. My mods are in the building. My beautiful mods. Cycle of power. Year round. That's right. Zoltar, as well as my other mods, we're the white lighters. You know, we're the white lighters. We come to help heal the world. We play our part in reading books and providing spaces that are safe as well as uplifting is what we do in this world, right? Hey, man, that's right. Year-round cycle power. The sight of a rat usually distresses most people. Rats often carry contagious diseases, and though rats don't have a very elegant reputation, they are tremendously adaptable. In Chinese astrology, the first year is assigned to the rat. A legend tells how at one time Buddha summoned all of the animals to him. Of all the animals, only 12 showed up, and the first was the rat. To honor each of the animals, Buddha named a year after each one, giving the first year to the rat. People born in Chinese year of the rat are one are said to be success oriented, sometimes restless and nervous, but always very shrewd. Although the city rat can be a pest, its cousin, the wood rat or country rat, is a most exceptional animal. It is intelligent and often displays an ability to reason. Studies have shown that wild rats are brighter than laboratory rats. The rat has succeeded in proliferating in spite of the efforts of humanity. This drive for success may be what the rat has come to speak of with you. Are you driving too hard? Are you not pushing hard enough? Do you need to be more aggressive in pursuing your goals? Rats are highly social and often cooperate in survival efforts. They store food, reflecting an interesting economy. They are the most adaptable of animals, with an ability to survive in most environments. Two rats were introduced into this country, the black rat from the Orient and the Norway or brown rat. Of the two, the Norway is often considered the most harmful because it can easily destroy great quantities of stored foods. If possible, identify the rat. Begin by asking yourself, is this a country rat or a city rat? And then go from there. If a rat has shown up as a totem, you may find yourself getting more restless. It may indicate a time to be more shrewd in all of your dealings. Are you not handling the pest in your life properly? Do you need to become more adaptable? It may even reflect a time to more aggressively pursue endeavors for success. The behavior of the rat when you see it will help you determine the kind of energy it specifically brings you. Woo! Yes! 309, guys. Rat is complete. Here we go. Let's go another one. Let's keep it going, right? We're doing this. Locked in. Look at this beautiful, beautiful totem coming up, guys. So tar. Look at this. I love that the rat is, correlated with success as well in abundance, right? Restlessness and shrewdness. I like that. Rhinoceros, the great rhino. Amen. Rhinoceros, medicine. Keynote. This is big. Yes, I know, right, Zoltar? Oh my goodness. It's so exciting. Keynote. Ancient wisdom. Cycle of power. Year round. Yes. Yes, charge. Onward. Ancient wisdom says so much, right? Oh my goodness, unicorn. That's right. That's right, Zoltar. You know it. You know it. There are 5 species of rhino in existence today, 2 in Africa, 3 in Asia. The African rhinoceros can be distinguished from the Indian by its 2 horns. The exact species of your totem will provide more specific insight, including possible past life connections to those areas of the world where it is found. The rhino is a survivor of the age of giant mammals. It takes its name from the 2 words rhino and keras, meaning nose and horn, respectively. All rhinos are basically solitary, and because they are descendants of ancient times, they bring with them an energy of comfort in one's own solitude. They teach how to be comfortable within yourself. This is big, big pin drop right here. They are the embodiment of the mystery school axiom: know thyself. Know thyself. The most significant aspect of the rhino is of course, its horn. Like Zoltan. Unlike most animals, the horn is located on the nose and not on the top of the head. Although all horns give higher sensitivity from a symbolic perspective, it is in the case of the rhino, it lends to those with this totem greater sensitivity that area of the body of the has long been a symbol of the energy of higher discrimination, spiritual idealism. We look at the sensory development of the rhino. This is further exemplified. Although it has relatively poor eyesight, its senses of smell and hearing are keen. If the rhino has shown up as a totem, you need to examine your own innate sense of discrimination. Are you not trusting your own inner wisdom? What you know to work and be best? Are you distrusting or discounting the foundation of your own learning? Are you forgetting that ultimately no one knows better for you than you? A divine sign. You see how that works? Are you only looking at appearances and refusing to see beyond the surface? The African white rhino is endangered. It has become a symbol of African ecology. It suffers from loss of habitat and from poaching by those who pay a great deal of money for the rhino's horns because of the ignorant superstition regarding its magic abilities. The horn is a symbol and has no medicinal value. The horn is not even comprised of the bony material that makes up normal horns and antlers. It is rather flimsy, and it is made of skin like material. The white rhino is found in the African savannas. It likes tall grasses. Despite its size, it can be surprisingly agile if need be. It can be a rather peaceable animal. The rhino only bears one young at a time, and the gestation period is about 17 to 18 months. In the case of the white rhino, for those with this totem, look for new access to ancient wisdom and the assimilation of it into your own life to occur in about the same time frame. Those with this totem would do well to also study the oxpecker bird. This bird is a companion to the rhino. In fact, it is sometimes called the rhino bird. It will land on the back and eliminate stinging flies and ticks. The rhino will help you to see the wisdom in your life. It has a solidity that will help you to put life into its proper perspective. The ancient side of the rhino will help you to draw upon your own innate wisdom and to find application to the present time. Yeah. Rhino medicine. Thank you so much for the hearts and subscribes. I see you. Thank you. Rhino medicine is complete. And that's where we'll pause. When we reconvene, we will pick back up at the bottom of page 310. Thank you so much. Highest heart love. Till all is one. We are reading books here on this corner of YouTube from the master Ted Andrews. Learn the language of the animals with animal speak. The spiritual and magical powers of creatures great and small. Thank you so much for reading with us this powerful reading to a daughter. I love you. So, we've reached another level, guys, right? We did the rabbit energy, rabbit medicine. Thank you so much. I love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Know thyself, and the truth shall set you free. That's right, Zoltar, you said it. Breathe that in, Zoltar. That's right. Know thyself. Master thyself. When we're mastering ourselves, we're not worried about what others are doing, right? We're focusing on what we can do to better our world and paradise. Heaven on earth. I love you. Oh, I love you. I love you. I love you. That is so good. Oh my goodness, we did it again, guys. Woo! We are highest heart, love, and honor. Thank you so much. Thank you for going through the replays and in the playlist. Lock this in. We did it again, guys. The Nocturnal Midnight Edition. We are the truth. We are the real light workers. Like I said, we just shut down the healing center in Tarzana about 2 years ago now, and so that was a whole energy portal here in LA, and I was one of the lead healers there. I used the Your Healing modality and the harmonic vibrational. The harmonic vibrational is the understanding of the vowels. So speaking of Rhino, we know that the sounds, just like when we were talking about call and respond with the birds, right? And the animals. The vowels keep the mouth open. This is ancient wisdom and knowledge that I'm giving to the people. I mastered the 322 pressure points. This is ancient wisdom that I've mastered, that I use to help heal the people. And we know the prana, yama, yoga is a ancient healing modality to heal the people. So I use these modalities as well as, just learning to sing our names, say our name with love. You know, we know the meridians, right? I devised also the meridian watch. So that's another modality that come out in schools and used for children and for anyone, so that we can heal ourselves and know and be more in tune with knowing thyself and mastering thyself. Liver, lungs, large intestine, stomach, spleen. These have a cycle in the days that we spend on this planet. So honing this energy is what this YouTube is here for. Applying the stuff, this ancient wisdom that the rhino gives. It's because it's from ancient land, right? And we have ancient souls. And so, with that said, you, oh, I, I, you away, you away, I love you. I love you so much, y'all. I'll talk to y'all soon. See, thank you so much for being here. Highest heart love. I love you.